Modern science starts with an incredible man
who invented a new branch of math called calculus, figured out the composition of light, and gave us the laws of gravity and motion which govern the universe. The man who is considered the founder of modern science, Sir Isaac Newton.
Newton's work has a beauty and a simplicity and an elegance that makes it the greatest work of science ever done.
This incredible scientific mind looked into gravity, light, perspective, the ideas of religion. He also looked into the science of the elements.
Newton was elected a member of the Royal Society, a group of leading scientists in London. Most of them were awed by the whiz kid from Cambridge, and Newton was so delighted that he promised to send the Royal Society a paper he had written on his discovery that white light is made up of different colors.
Newton's keen mind was also expansive as he started to look at the ideas of life and what was happening in this blend of items of the universe, time itself.
His private notebooks reveal that the same year he became a professor at Cambridge, he bought 2 furnaces, an assortment of chemicals, and a strange set of books. Isaac Newton had become an alchemist.
Alchemy is the exciting study of the transmutation of matter, energy, and time. An exciting concept, an expansive concept. I welcome you to The Alchemist.
Alchemy is an ancient and secret practice with roots in the Middle East. By carrying out lengthy and complex chemical procedures, alchemists tried to produce a magical substance called the Philosopher's Stone.
The search for the Philosopher's Stone. There were many famous alchemists. The list is way too long. Here's just a short list. People trying to find out some of the secrets of the universe and the secrets of life.
One of Newton's recipes, called the net, comes from the writings of the Roman poet Ovid. In his poem, The Metamorphoses, Ovid tells the story of the god Vulcan catching his wife, Venus, in bed with the god Mars. According to the myth, Vulcan made a fine metallic net and hung the lovers from the ceiling for all to see. In alchemy, Venus, Mars, and Vulcan mean copper, iron, and fire. Viewed this way, the myth becomes an alchemical recipe. And if Bill Newman has interpreted the recipe correctly, he should get the same results that Newton got 300 years ago. A purple alloy known as the net, which was believed to be one step towards the Philosopher's Stone.
Many have sought the Philosopher's Stone, the concept of alchemy, inside the laboratory. But what if this was actually inside biology, inside the cells of all of us?
Historians have also discovered that Newton was not alone in pursuing alchemy. Other scientists of the day, including members of the Royal Society, were alchemists too. Perhaps Newton's alchemy was less an occult practice than another way to investigate the natural world.
Carl Jung could see alchemy.
I was always looking for something in between, you know, something that linked that remote past with the present moment. And I found, to my amazement, it is alchemy.
Carl Jung found that alchemy could be the link of the human brain to understand time. Not just matter and energy, but time.
Alchemy was really matter theory. Alchemy was a science which pursued the most basic questions of what is the earth, what is all of the universe made up of, what are the components of matter.
There was a profound element to the practice of alchemy which really it makes it deserving of being called early modern chemistry.
Basis of our modern way of conceiving things. And therefore, it is as if it were right under the threshold of consciousness. This is a wonderful picture of how the development of archetypes, that means the movement of archetypes, looks when you look upon them as if from above, maybe from today you look back into the past and you see how the present moment has evolved out of the past.
He's not a madman playing around with strange spirituous substances. He's trying to actually figure out how to change material particles around to get one thing out of something else, and that's not so weird.
Alchemy is an expansion of mind to understand the transformation and transmutation of the elements and the potentials of the human spirit and the human mind, because those potentials are infinite.
And we can construct or even predict our the unconscious of our days when we know what it has been yesterday.
Carl Jung saw alchemy and dreams as the transmutation window for us to see into the future. Here is the rebus. This is an ancient symbol of alchemy. It's a symbol of a hermaphrodite, male and female, where these opposing forces of male and female need to be unified by transformation, transmutation to maximize the potential of the human brain, the human mind. Now, getting back to elements, we saw that Rutherford showed us how the items can be transmutated. Kervran developed the idea that there was a transmutation inside biology, and he wrote many books on that. We started working on this as well here at Youngstown State University way back in the 70s and 80s. I joined forces with the Nobel Prize winner, William Fowler. We co-authored a paper on the transmutation of the elements. And as we started to see this, we started to analyze the different elements and realize that transformation was possible and that alchemy was possible. The basic concept of breatharians, being able to live just on breath, taking in the carbon, the oxygen, the nitrogen, life could only be possible if there was a transmutation of the elements. So to understand biology, we must understand breatharians. They do exist, documented in all the major religions. And only through transmutation would that be possible. But we see that this is through the religions. So you have to have a spiritualness in order to be a breatharian. And our good friend Carl Jung was right. Alchemy is a psychological process. A psychological process that can affect physiology.